Go across to Srinagar now, where Nidhi Razdan has with her Farooq Abdullah and Omar Abdullah. Nidhi, over to you.
All right, Vikram, thanks very much. Well, it's a really nice, pleasant day here in Srinagar. The sun is out and in a good way, not like the 45 degrees over there. And we're sitting in the lovely lawns of Dr. Farooq Abdullah's house, who is the candidate here from Srinagar. How important is this election for you personally?
Every election is important for all of us. I don't think there is anything less or any important than the assembly elections that I fought. It's an important election for the party. It's an important election for having a government in Delhi which will work for us, for development of the state, for development of the country. That's why every candidate here is important as far as national conference is concerned.
Are you worried that a very, very low voter turnout in Srinagar could affect your chances?
No, I'm not worried. I'm quite confident that our people will vote and that we'll have good voting percentage.
A good voting percentage. I'm sure that's in relative terms here in Srinagar. But let me ask you also about the contest with your sister. It's been a very bitter kind of a family feud. Do you think that could have been avoided?
I don't think I've ever had any feud. It's a political battle that they want to fight. They want to show their existence. In politics, everybody is welcome. How does it matter whether she's my sister or not? It happens everywhere in the world. It's not only in Kashmir that it's something special.
Omar, let me ask you, much has already been said about the voter turnout, perhaps some would say unfairly in this parliamentary election, comparing it to the assembly elections. And we know that there's a strike call today here in Srinagar. It's a parliamentary poll. I'm sure you expect voter turnout to be low. But do you think it's fair to compare it to the assembly elections?
Well, let me first make it clear that I don't expect it to be low. I think we will, at the end of the day, have a moderate turnout. We already see queues building up in Trare Sharif, in Chadura, in Badgam, in Kangan, in Ganderbal. And I'm hopeful that we will have a moderate turnout. Yes, Anantnag parliament seat compared to the assembly election time, we saw a decline. But let's not forget, in the assembly elections, there was a tacit understanding between Gilani's Hurriyat conference and the Jamaat Islami and the PDP. So a lot of the Jamaat vote that came out in the assembly elections did not come out in the parliament elections, and that reflected in the turnout. I don't think you'll see as sharp a decline in the parliament elections for Srinagar and Baramulla.
But let me ask you about the U-turn by the moderate faction of the Hurriyat, both of you, this question. This U-turn by the Mirwais, first saying that they won't boycott the election and then coming under pressure. How do you react to that decision?
I think the Mirwais has always shown himself to be susceptible to pressure from the gun. Clearly, he got his orders from forces that he feels threatened by, and came back from Delhi and immediately changed his position. I don't believe that it will have that major an impact on people's decision to vote or not to vote. His people would anyway not have come out regardless of what he said. And those who have to vote will come out. He had a boycott call even in the assembly elections, and people still voted. So people will make up their own minds.
Farooq Saab, what do you think of this decision, this U-turn?
I think I agree with Umar very much that there are pressures from outside that work on them, and those are the pressures that they are working under. Not only today, in every decision, they are doing the same thing. They say one thing on one day, the second day they get some other message, they change that and go on to the second front. I don't think I agree with Umar that people who have to vote will vote, and those who don't want to vote will not vote.
One final question to both of you. And Farooq Saab, what is your prediction? You're a veteran politician, about what could happen at the center. No one wants to make any guesses. It's a very difficult contest this time. But what's your gut feeling? Which way do you think it'll go?
Well, I think people would want development. People would want a government that is not going to be run by religious fundamentalists in one form or the other. I think they want India to go forward. And my own feeling is that I think Congress should do well. They should do well.
And Omar, your thoughts?
I think Congress will emerge as the single largest party, which will put them in an advantageous position to cobble up post-poll allies. and we could be in for some surprises in terms of realignment of forces after the results come out on the 16th.
That's what your friend Rahul Gandhi was talking about as well. Omar Abdullah, Farooq Abdullah, thanks very much for speaking to us. So that's the picture from here, Srinagar. Back to you, Vikram.